All right, my brothers. So, a couple questions have come up at Appliantology on how does the water tank heater work in a Samsung RFG 297AARS refrigerator. Similar question on a Samsung built GE refrigerator, same type of problem. And because the little 2-watt heater in that water tank is not, there's no measurable voltage going to it. There's supposed to be about 12 volts DC powering that heater, little 72 ohm heater. So I found some other information that I'm going to share with you, and this is like classic Samsung Korenglish butchery. And I'm not exactly 100% on how it works. I got a better understanding of it, but in trying to cipher through their Korenglish and some of their typos and incorrect listings of information. And I think I've got a suggested workaround for you on how you can at least get that tank heater working. In one case, the board was actually replaced and still a problem with the heater not working. There's a couple other things to check in that case as well. So first off, you want to check and make sure that you're getting your 72 ohms. And you can look on the schematic, but in this particular model, the GE one will be a slightly different. They're giving the schematic will show this as well. CN79 6 to 10, and we'll see this on a little strip chart here that'll show up here in just a second. Check for your proper heater resistance, about 72 ohms, from the board. So you disconnect that heater like they're showing here, and check that resistance. If that's good, then there's a problem going on with the circuit, and it's probably going to be something to do with this side of the load. So here's our circuit. Power supply comes out here, supposed to be constant 11 to 13 volts DC power supply going to one side of the tank heater at all times. What the board is doing is it supplies ground or not in order to complete the circuit for this side of the load, allow current to flow through it, and get your 2 watts of heat. What's happening is guys will measure the voltage from here to here, and they'll get 0 because this side is floating, what they call electrically floating, because it's not connected to ground. So you've got no reference going on there. And the way this is supposed to work, from what I'm getting out of their description, it was like badly mangled Korenglish and then some typos and things in here, but parsing through this, what's supposed to happen here is this over here on MyCom 121, I don't care where that is, but it's somewhere on the board, is supposed to send a 5-volt signal to this inverter amplifier here. That's what this is, a little triangle with a little dot on the end, a little circle on the end. So it's going to take the 5 volts and then invert it. In other words, it's going to ground that out. If you get plus 5 volts here, it's going to take this signal and ground it out, supplying the ground for this circuit, and allowing then your current to flow through and generate your 2 watts worth of heat in that water tank. And this line 6 here is just a sensing line to know whether or not the heater is actually working. If it's not picking up anything, and in order for it to pick up a voltage, they're talking about 3.5 to 4.8. In order for it to pick that up, we've got to have current flowing through here. It has to be current. It's a little voltage divider network here. So there has to be current flowing through here, and it's going to then sense some voltage, 3.5 to 4.8 volts, developed actually across this R751 resistor here. If there's no current flowing through it, it's going to pick up 0. It's not going to measure anything because it's also measuring with respect to ground. They have this backwards here. With the heater off, it would be 0. At that MyCom 6 we were just looking at. With the heater working, then it's going to be developing that 3.5 to 4.8 across here. So this is actually reversed from the operation. If you just look at the function of the circuit, it's also reversed from what they're actually describing here in their badly mangled description, which you can still kind of parse through it. I'll post this stuff on Appliantology so you guys can download it and read it yourself for a good chuckle. So anyway, when the question then becomes, what causes this? What makes the board? How does the board decide to provide the 5 volts here and make this ground out and complete this circuit? I don't know, because in one case the GE Seville Appliance, I think, replaced the board and still had the same problem. Wasn't measuring that there. So I don't know what it is, but let me suggest to you a workaround. I don't know why it's still not providing the return path for the circuit. Here's a workaround though. So you verify that your heater resistance is good, and you've got your floating line here. You can also verify your power supply here. And again, look on your schematic, but on this particular model, on CN79, pin 10, down here. So you can actually come down here, find another known neutral, ground rather, DC ground, somewhere else on the circuit. Look around, find some other pin. Just look on the schematic, it'll call it out. And then you can come along and measure that voltage supply here with respect to a known DC ground. There's going to be several of them on the board. Just look on the schematic and you'll find it. The thermistors will have its own ground circuit. It's the same. DC ground is DC ground. It's the same ground wherever it's applied, whatever connector it happens to be making use of it. Same electrical point. Electrically equivalent point. So, and then if you get a good DC supply, you measure your 12 volts DC here in this situation, finding a good ground, and you've got good continuity, good resistance through your heater. Then there's a possible workaround you can do, and this line is still persisting in remaining floating. There's a little workaround that you can do, and let me just erase this stuff and show you something. So, because the problem is the heater's not getting energized, and then it's freezing. Well, there's something you can do to maybe as a workaround for your customer. And in one case, like I mentioned, they already replaced the board. Same thing. So find that ground. Okay, and then run a jumper from, let's use a different color for the jumper. Run a jumper wire from here to that ground. You're not going to blow up anything, just run a jumper wire. So this heater is always on. I don't know, again, I don't know how the board is deciding to supply the 5 volts here and provide the ground or not. There's no sensors shown in this circuit. I don't know if it's making decisions based on other inputs. They don't tell us that in their little description here. They don't mention anything about that. It's just they're using these as like current sinks. Each one of these is 500 milliamps. This whole current circuit here is what are they saying here? 1 amp. But they've got these sync drivers, IC75. That's what these are. So why they're doing it this way, I don't know. But this circuit is capable of sustaining 1 amp. Don't know what is making the MYCOM decide or not to provide that voltage, but this is a workaround. So you can just add that jumper. Heater will be on all the time. Don't worry about the extra 2 watts of heat in there. I think if it prevents bursting and flooding, I think that would take precedent over any additional energy usage. All right, guys, hope that helps.